Welcome guys to this last verbal reasoning session on word puzzles. In these type of questions, you have to identify one true statement from a number of statements given. All this should be based on the evidence provided. In these type of questions, you don't have to use your logic. All you need to focus on is the evidence provided. A lot of times these questions they seem very confusing, but if you work through them logically and just focusing on the facts provided, you'll be able to answer the questions. Let's get started. Our first question says, read the information carefully, then underline one of the five options below that must be correct. The question says, Elena's father is Italian. Her father's parents still live in Italy. There are five options given, so we're going to go through them one by one. First of all, the first statement says, Elena can speak Italian. If you look at the question, it doesn't say anything about Elena speaking Italian. So we cross that one out. Second one says Elena goes to Italy at least once a year. Looking at the statement, there is no mention of Elena going to Italy once a year or any time. So we'll cross that one out as well. Third one says Elena's father no longer lives in Italy. If you look at the statement, it says Elena's father is Italian, but it doesn't talk anything about him living or not living in Italy. So that means we cross option C as well. The option D says Elena has grandparents who live in Italy. Now, if you look at the statement, it says Elena's father is Italian. Her father's parents still live in Italy. So, her father's parents means they are Elena's grandparents. They still live in Italy. That means option D is correct because it's talking about her grandparents who live in Italy. The option E is Rome is the capital of Italy. There is no mention of any capital whatsoever. So we cross that one out. That means the correct option is option D. Elena has grandparents who live in Italy. Okay, let's look at another type of question. I was 3 years old when my brother was born, and my sister was 2 years younger than me. Next year I will be 12. In some questions, you're given statements and then you have to answer the question based on some calculations. Okay, so this is very simple calculation. All you have to do is you have to look at statements one by one and then add or subtract or multiply or divide based on the question provided. I was 3 years old when my brother was born. My sister was 2 years younger than me. Next year I will be 12. So the first question is asking you, how old was I last year? I will be 12 next year. So that means this year I'm 11. So last year I was 10. So your answer is 10. Question number 2 says, how old will my sister be next year? So it says I was 3 years old when my brother was born and my sister was 2 years younger than me. That means next year, if I am going to be 12, my sister is 2 years younger than me. So 12 take away 2 gives you 10. That means next year my sister will be 10. Third question is, how old will my brother be when my sister is 20? Okay, let's look at the question again. I was 3 years old when my brother was born and my sister was 2 years younger than me. That means if my sister was 2 years younger than me and my brother is 3 years younger than me, so that means my brother is 1 year younger than the sister. So when my sister is 20, the brother would be 20 minus 1, 19. So my brother would be 19. And the last one, when my brother was 6, how old was my sister? So once again, sister is 1 year older than the brother. So that means when my brother was 6, sister being 1 year older would be 6 plus 1, 7 years. So your answer is 7. Hope that makes sense, guys. Let's look at one more question. Sometimes some questions are really information heavy. So you have to look at a lot of information before you can narrow it down to the right answer. Alfie, Stacy, Jury, Dima and Aaron are talking about pets. Dima and Stacy both have 3 cats. Stacy has fewer fish than cats. Except everyone, Stacy has a rabbit. Alfie has 2 guinea pigs and a dog. Jury and Dima have 2 dogs each. If the statements above are true, only one of the statements below must be true. Which one? Now, if you look at questions like this, the first thing you have to do is you have to write down all the information in the form of a table. In the table, write down the names the same way they appear in the question. So, Alfie, Stacy, Jury, Dima, Aaron. That's the order in which they appear. Then look at each information and carry on filling out the table. So now it says Dima and Stacy both have 3 cats. So you find the names where Dima and Stacy are and write down 3 cats next to their names. Next, Stacy has fewer fish than cats. It's not very informative, so we'll hold on to this, but we won't write it just yet. Everyone except Stacy has a rabbit. So that means Stacy doesn't have a rabbit, all others have. So write down 1 rabbit in the table next to their names. Then Elfie has 2 guinea pigs and a dog. So next to Elfie, we write down 2 guinea pigs and a dog. Jury and Dima have 2 dogs each. So Jury and Dima, they have 2 dogs each. So using all of this information, now it says Stacy has fewer fish than cats. So it doesn't give you right number of fish, so we can just write down Stacy has 3 cats plus fish. Now we have all the information in the form of a table. Let's look at the options one by one. It says Aaron has more rabbits than Jury. So Aaron has 1 rabbit and Jury has 1 rabbit. So they both got equal number of rabbits. So that's wrong. So we cross the first statement out. Second statement, Stacy has 2 fish. It doesn't say anywhere in the question the number of fish Stacy has. So that's also the wrong option. We don't assume, we just look at the facts provided. Okay, so let's move on to the third option. Alfie has fewer pets than Stacy. So Alfie has 1 rabbit, 2 guinea pigs and a dog, and Stacy has 3 cats plus number of fish. So Alfie has 4 pets altogether and Stacy has 3 cats, and even if it has 1 fish, so that means they've got equal number of pets. So that's also a wrong statement. 4, Dima has more pets than Jury and Aaron. So Dima has 1 rabbit, 3 cats and 2 dogs. So altogether they make 6 pets, whereas Jury has 1 rabbit, 2 dogs, which is 3, and Aaron has 1 rabbit. So this is right because Dima has 6 pets, whereas Jury and Aaron have got lesser than 6 pets. Last option, Elfie doesn't have a rabbit. It's wrong because Elfie does have a rabbit. So that's how we narrow it down to the right option. So we can tell the right option is D. Dima has more pets than Jury and Aaron. So right guys, hope that made sense. All you need to look at in questions like this is the facts provided. Just look at the evidence and narrow it down to the right option. That's it for this video guys. I hope with some practice you'll be able to now crack the verbal reasoning part of your exam with a lot more confidence and ease. Thank you.